So we were working on an EPM data model so that we can develop one standard kind of OData service and we can consume it in our Fiori application, right? So if I show you, let's open our SAP logo. And second, uh, yeah, this one. Maintenance. This is our DPC class. Let's copy it. I will go to SE24, open it in change mode. Navigate to SEUT. And this is my method, which I have redefined for get entity set. Next one is our get entity. So for getting a single record, we also have one BAPI here, which is BAPI EPM product get details. It is going to return the details of a product. So it will return the details of the product, right? Same thing we are going to implement for this get part. Let's implement it. Get entity. I will redefine this method. Yeah. Now we know our get IT key tab is the one who is going to receive the input from the front end application, our primary key value. So I will directly create a work area for it, ls key. Like line of IT key tab. And we will read this internal table. So read table IT key tab into ls key index 1. And we will receive this value. So if size sub rc equals to 0, we will have our primary key. So for that, what I am going to do here, I will simply call my BAPI. Yeah, BAPI EPM product get detail. So call function BAPI EPM product get detail. Yeah, this one. It is asking for product ID. It is returning the header data. Yeah. So if I go inside this BAPI, let's go inside it. If we check the importing parameter, there is your importing parameter. It is a structure, BAPI EPM product ID. And inside it, we have got the product ID column. So we will store the data there that this IT key tab is returning us. We will simply take it. Product ID equal to ls key value. Yes, copy EPM product ID. And we will simply send this structure back to BAPI port, this one, and I will simply store it. Then it will return us our details of the product. So again, I will go inside the BAPI and we will check the exporting. This is our details. Let's copy it and I will bring it. We will simply send the details. So for that, I will create one work area, ls header, type, BAPI EPM product header. And this is going to simply receive the value from this BAPI. So ls header. And whatever value we are going to return, we will simply send it. So I will send it here to our exporting parameter ls header to entity. Yes. Line 6. There is some problem here. It is saying BAPI EPM product ID is unknown. Why it is saying it is unknown? Read table IPP tag into work area index 1. It looks good. And then it is saying this product ID has some problem. Okay, let me check the type again. 14. See the structure. This is the component product ID value. Oh, sorry. I have not declared any structure here. So ls copy product type. This is structure. And this structure, I will replace it here. Ls copy product. It should be okay. I'll send this here. ls copy product. We declared our work area here. And inside its product ID component, I'm sending the value. It is receiving us our record, and then we are sending it to front-end application. Let's check it now. No issue. I will do the activation of the code. Yeah. And let's check it from gateway client. So gateway client, continue, execute it, entity set, our product set, and our primary key. So what is the primary key? I will bring the name from this properties, product properties. This is the name, product ID, copy, and paste it, equal to HT 1001. That's what I'm looking for. Format equal to JSON. Let's check now. Yes, we are getting 1001, right? So I can use it. I'll copy this URI and I will go to Chrome browser. Let's check it from there. HTTP from here. I'll paste my OData service names, entity set, primary key, and then format equal to JSON. We can also put the debugger. So let's check it. I will press F6 and here enter. We are asking for system credential. Let's check it. Debugger is hitting. We can check the value here. Product ID. We are passing HT1001. So it's perfect. BAPI is running. And here it is returning us the work area of ls header, the details of this product, right? And then we are able to simply display it for our external application. So it is completely fine. Yes, it is completely fine. Now the question is, what if I am passing here an empty value? There is one question. What if I am passing here one empty value? What will happen? Think about this way. If I remove this, I'm passing here an empty value. We are getting an error, correct? But we are getting here, we are getting an error. So we need to handle this error. The question here is, if we are reading and if the value is not okay, that is if ls BAPI product is initial, what will happen then? If it is initial, if it is empty, then how we are going to handle this issue? So we are going to simply raise our exception. What we will do, we will raise this our business exception here. This one, I will copy the name of it, and I am going to simply call it. So if anyone is passing empty, we can simply raise the exception here. Raise exception type business exception. Yeah. And we can pass the exporting parameter of it. Message unlimited is equal to, I can just simply write it here. Please pass a product ID. I can simply write it this way. Yes. So I'll check for the error. No error is there. We are raising the exception if somebody is passing empty value from here. If anyone is passing empty value, we can raise this exception. And I'm writing, for now, I'm writing hard coded text. So I'll go for pretty printer, do the activation. And let's check now. Are we getting this value there or not? So I'll recall it. See this text. Correct. You can pass the exception if it is triggering. We can pass the exception if it is triggering, right? Then this BAPI will not call, it will raise the exception and this program will be terminated, right? It will not go beyond it. Now, this is one thing. What if somebody is passing a value which is not there in the system, like Amrit 101 or 101? If someone is passing this value,
Amit, I have just only one question over here.
yes,
Uh, can we not write the return or exit statement over here?
which statement?
A return and exit statement. Suppose if the BAPI product ID is initial,
Uh-huh.
we cannot write the return or exit like that.
So this method will be returned now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm from the front end application. You are getting my point.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, I am from the front end application.
Okay.
So what does it matters whether it is getting returned or not? Or here you are passing one value. This value will be fetched by the Fury developer and they are going to simply return it. At this
Okay.
moment, if you check, we have written the logic that if it is empty, we are able to get this value. But what if somebody is passing any wrong product ID? That is also a problem now, right?
Mhm. Okay, yes.
That is also a exception getting triggered. So tell me one thing, Kuntal. If we pass a wrong value to a BAPI, what does it happens? What does it happens here?
So if you pass the wrong value, the BAPI will not give you the proper result or something like that. If you pass the wrong kind of the value, so it will throw an error to the BAPI returns parameter, which you can handle over there.
Yes, this is going to return the parameter here. If you check it, when you are passing a correct value in this return, let's create an internal table for it so that we can understand. I'll go for the table section. And here, this is your BAPI return to parameter, right? Let's copy it. And I'll create a corresponding internal table for it. So data keyword, our LT return, type table of BAPI return to this LT return. I'm going to pass it here. Let's do the debugging. Activation. And I'll put here a external breakpoint. Suppose I am passing here correct value, which is our HT1001. I will enter. Debugger will hit F6. Size of RC is 0. LT return is also 0, correct? LT return is also 0. But what if I am passing a wrong value now? If I go there and if I pass a wrong value, which is only 101. Yeah, we are in debugging. So let's press F6 now. And now check this LT return. We are getting here one message. What is the message here? Consumer problem, invalid product ID, right? Consumer problem, invalid product ID. So this message which we are receiving from BAPI, we can also send it to our front-end app. We can also send it to our front-end app using this business exception also. Right now, this exception is getting triggered, but we are not handling it. So let's do the implementation for it also. What we can do here, if LT return is initial, sorry, is not initial. If it is not empty, it simply means it is an invalid product ID. So we can do here, we can send the message. So there is only two ways. One way, basically, we will store the message of BAPI via message container, and then we will send it to the front end apps. That is the way. Kuntal, whatever you said, that is for on-premise development on the system itself for returning value, right? But when we are talking
Yes,
about
I
a
get it.
OData
Yes,
service, we are sending something to the front-end application. So we will have to go through all the aspects, correct?
yes, I get
Yeah. So here is, you can use here me keyword. Me refers to the current object, and there is your ammo context, which we can use. And it has got one method called get message container. Yes, it has got one method called get message container. And inside this method, there is another internal method, which is add messages from BAPI. Add messages from BAPI. This is a generic syntax which you can implement anywhere. Yeah, add messages from BAPI. Yes, and it has one exporting parameter which you can implement. Exporting, and we can simply send here to its parameter IT BAPI messages. Whatever message you are getting from this, you can simply send it here. Whatever message you are getting, you can simply send it. Yeah. So we will store the BAPI via message container. And once we have the message container, we can simply raise the exception here. So raise exception, type this business exception, this one, and then we can simply return it. Message container is equal to your messages, this one. And simply send the container exporting. So whatever value you are storing, You are simply sending the container to this exception. This is a generic implementation. You can try it at any BAPI for any OData service. It will be same. Either it is post method, either it is put, delete, or any method, it is going to be same. So let's check it this one. Now, if I am going to pass this incorrect value, an exception was raised, and see the message. Is it the same message that was coming inside the BAPI?
Yes.
Now your Fiori developer can simply fetch this message and they can simply display it invalid product ID for each one. This is
I
a
get it.
generic, yes, this is a generic message which the BAPI is returning. Yeah, this is the generic message. Same stuff will be available via the Postman tool also. So here if I forget or request, unauthorized access, it is saying it is second authorization. Oh, this. We are getting the exception, and here is our message: consumer problem, invalid product ID. Yeah, right. So this is our get and get entity set, get implementation. Then we have the post, put, and delete part, right? Let's implement it. It's going to be similar, not very difficult. We have seen it already. So I'll go for update, right click and redefine. Not update. I need create first. Let's go for create first. Right click, redefine, create entity. A record we are going to create. So we need to send the payload. What we are going to do, we need to send the payload. For creation purpose, we need to go through some steps. Step one, what will be step one? Take the input value from the front end, right? We will process the data, whether we'll process the data, store it in the work area, whatever value we are going to send. So process the data, insert the data using the BAPI, insert the data using BAPI. And the last step is going to be step 4, which will be prepare the response and send it back. 4 steps, prepare the response and send it back. That's what we are going to do here, right? So let's see this. We will take the input, right? So before that, I will directly call the BAPI so that we can understand what is our requirement here. Where is my BAPI? BAPI PM product create. Let's call there. Call function BAPI PM product create, and I'm going to simply check it. It is asking for header data, and then it will return us a return parameter. So we will go inside this, importing. This is our header data copy, the type of it. And I will simply create one work area ls header. Define it here. Data keyword ls header. Type the structure. Right. I will also have my internal table for LT return, type table of BAPI return to, yeah, right. Then we will simply receive the value. So we are going to receive the value from front end using IO data provider. We know this. So I'm going to call it IO data provider, and it has a read entry data. So read entry data, and it's importing parameter. So importing ES data is equal to ls entity, and I will create a corresponding ls entity here. So ls entity type this one, er entity, copy, and we will use it. So this is we are going to receive from our front end application as a payload, which we will be sending from there. Once we have the data ready, we can simply prepare the response here. So move corresponding ls entity to ls header. Yeah, move corresponding ls entity to ls header, and then we can simply send it here. Yes, we can simply send it, and I will also receive the returning parameter LT return. And if everything is okay, we will do the final returning also. So move corresponding ls entity to er entity. Move corresponding ls entity to er entity. Okay. Are you getting my point here? Everyone, are you getting my point? What is happening
Yes,
here?
Amit. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Everyone, is it okay? So we received the value, and then we are doing move corresponding, and we are sending it. Also, we can check if LT return is not initial. If it is not empty, we can send it. We just implemented the same stuff. We can say pass it to the create also. This one, if LT return is not initial, we will simply send the same exception. So let's check their create entity method, and we can just pass it. If LT return is not initial, we will store the message from BAPI, and we will simply pass the exception. That's the stuff for creation purpose. So I will do the activation. There is lots of problem. It is saying if there is LT return is, wait a second. Oh, sorry, LT return. Yeah, now it is okay. Do the activation, and we can simply perform the create operation. So let's check it there. I will go there, and I'm going to simply, what I'm going to do here, I'll implement the get part. So first I will call the get so that we can prepare the payload ST1001, send it, We are getting the value. I will copy it. I will go for post operation. Yes, I'll make it post. Yeah, I will go for it and we will make it post here. And here we will prepare the body that we want to send. This was for our employee ID. I'll prepare the payload that we want to send here. And this one. So this primary key, I will make it, let's say, rate 101 that we don't have in the system. Type category, I will change the description here. Let's make it something else. Description as, let's say, books. Price also, I'll change it to 600. Euro looks good. Let's make it USD, right? Yeah. Authorization, it is okay. Our post operation. So I'll bring the get up to entity set part and we will pass the URI here that we are sending. I'll paste it here. And we will be sending it only up to entity set, right? Because we want to perform create operation. Authorization is okay, body is ready. Let me send the post. What it is saying? What is the message we are getting here? Created
You did,
message,
yeah, you did.
right? So now if we go into get earlier, which we were getting error for Amrit 101, now it will not be a error anymore. Amrit 101, send it. See, okay, message. This is ready. We can directly check it from BAPI also. So if you go to AC37, we call the BAPI product get detail, PM product. We go there. If you pass the product ID 101, execute it. See, we are getting the results. With 101 name, price that we have passed 600 here, and currency as US dollar. It is getting saved directly inside our standard table. SNWD PD product. So if we pass here product ID and root 101, right? That's your post operation. Yeah, that's your post operation. Now the question here is, what will happen if we are passing the same request again? If the same product ID we are passing, let's see this, what is going to happen. Send. Exception is getting triggered. And what is the message we are getting here?
Not unique.
And from where this message is coming? From where this message is coming?
Return parameter from this copy return.
This return parameter is returning us. So if we try to do the debugging here, give text to 3, you can check this LT return. The same value is getting transferred there. That's what you are getting. that it is not unique. It is not unique. So is everyone okay?
Yes, sir.
Any questions here? Okay. So we can also implement similarly the update part. Yeah, can simply go for update. Update is almost similar. I will simply copy this method we have created. It will just require some changes. So let's go to update. Create and update have the same parameters. We already know this, right? Only the difference will come in the BAPI. So we'll check that. And let's paste it here. This is going to be update part. So update the data. Update. Update the data. I will remove it. And I will simply call that BAPI. So BAPI call function BAPI PPM product change. It is asking for product ID. So we already have, no, we don't have the product ID. We need to pass product ID. Let's go and check it. Importing. This is the product ID. I'll copy and the header data. Okay, let's go. So I will receive it, the primary key, ls product type product ID. We will read our IT key tab, which is going to return your primary key. So read table IT key tab into ls key, index 1. And if size sub rc is equal to 0, and if this ls key is also not there, let's declare it. So data ls key like line of IT key tab. If it is okay, we will pass our ls product ID is equal to ls key value. And we will simply send it to this ls product. Then we have this header data and header data X. Kuntal, can you please help me to understand this? Header data
Header
and
data.
yes,
I think header data, whatever the description is written over here, that header data we are just creation for the data and modifying the data, we can use the header data X.
yes. The thing is here, whatever columns you want to modify, you will pass the name here, the product header data you are going to pass. And those columns which you want to modify, you will have to mark them as true here. There is a slight difference between these two columns. And this is always available for every possible BAPI. If you check, here we have all the columns, BAPI EPM product header. And if we go and check this BAP header data X, it is header X. It is receiving the primary key. Rest every value is character 1 only. So whatever if BAPI column you want to update, you will be simply passing it as true. Those columns only and only are going to be updated. Only those columns are going to be updated. Yeah. So let's create a work area for this header data X also. We already have a header part. From the create, we have brought it already. Where it is. Oh yeah, this one. We already have brought it from create. Let's create a header X also. Header X type. So move corresponding is happening from ls entity to ls header. Yeah. Now, whatever column you want to update, you will simply mark them as true in header data X. So ls header X product ID is equal to, I will pass the product ID value, as it is mandatory here. Yeah. Product ID, wait a second, there is no product ID. Product ID is this one. Pass this. Yeah. Then suppose I want to update the name. So I will go for ls header X name column. Inside it we have name. So I will update it ABAP true. I will also update the description column. So I want to update the description. So this one also is true. We can also pass X for true. Right. This is also true. Similarly, I want to update, let's say price also. Price column. Yeah, we have price. I want to update it. And currency also. These are some of the columns which I want to update. Currency equal to true. Yeah. These are some of the columns which I want to update. Only these columns will be updated. Only and only these columns will be updated. So we will send these values here in these two columns. One is your ls header and another one is your ls header X. Header X. This will be executed. You will receive the message. This message, if it is not okay, this exception will be triggered. Otherwise, our response will be sent to the user. Yeah, here entity. Let's check it whether we have any syntax error. No. Activation. And let's do the debugging. Breakpoint. I'll go to post. Put this time. I will check the body which I am sending. So I'll prepare the response. Only why I want to update the name, description, uh, price and currency. Rest I don't want to update anything. So I'll prepare only these responses. So name, description, price and currency I want to update, right? So I am going to do the same thing. We will also pass the product ID here. Product ID, name, description, and price and currency. This is our payload now. So I will change the name. Let's make it Amrit Notebook. Description, I like books. Inside the double quotes. So I like books. Price we can change. Let's make it 950. And this one I will mark it as euro. This is my payload. Put operation. And I will pass the primary key. We know for put we need to pass the primary key. So product ID equal to, I'm updating Amrit 101. This one. We have the debugger. Let's see. Yes, it is getting called. I will execute it. Check the return message. It is 0. So it looks good. Only these columns we are updating, right? So it will be updated definitely because message is 0. Continue. And let's go and implement the get. Let's see whether this name, description, price, and currency have been updated or not. So I will go to get. I will send. Check it, guys. Name, Amrit Notebook. Description, I like books. Price has become 950 and currency has become euro. So our update is also working perfectly fine, right? Our update is also working perfectly fine. Everyone, are you getting this? This is the same thing we
Yes,
have implemented for our custom tables also. But now for a standard, we are following the standard approach via using the BAPIs. This return message is very, very important. Now, if you have deleted something, if you will go and try to, sorry, not deleted something, we have not yet implemented the delete part. Let's implement the delete also. Redefine. This is perhaps the easiest one. We just need the primary key value. So call function BAPI EPM product delete. It is asking for product and then it's a return message. So LT return, and we can simply paste those messages again. If LT return is not initial, I will raise the exception and handle it also. Then we need the product ID. So let's bring it, import structure, copy. I'll go back and I will simply send it again. So here data ls product type and our data plus product LT return also. So LT return type table of BAPI return to our message. Now I will simply read the primary key value from IT key tab. So I will declare a work area for it, ls key like line of IT key tab, and I will read it. So read table IT key tab into ls key index 1, and if size of RC equal to 0, and if we will transfer the value into ls product ID is equal to ls key value. Yes, and the same thing I will send it here. So ls product, yeah, pretty printer, check for the error, activation, same thing. Yeah, it's the easiest one. Calling BAPI, receiving the primary key value, sending it. And if there is any message, we are sending the message. We know for update and delete, the URI is always same. So we can go for directly delete. Yeah, can go for delete this. I'll pass the send. We are getting the green signal here. Everything looks good. But if you will go for send again, bad request, and here you are getting this message again, consumer problem, invalid product ID, because this has been deleted already. Now if we'll try to implement the get, you will get the error along with the message, invalid product ID. Say this. Are you all okay with it? This is your OData service. And let me just show you a sample case of a Fiori app, how it looks. So let me check. Yeah, we have. There you go, Ryan. And this one. Yeah, by the clicks. I will run the Orion. Just a showcase. Yes, login. Let me show you where that we have consumed this service. The same thing you can change it, check it directly from the front end application. So there is your app one. Will ask for also credential. Let me check. Yeah. And the same kind of OData service I have implemented. What is the first record we have here? Can you see this? ST1001, right? Everyone, can you see this? See the record.
Yes, Amit, yes.
And if I am searching for this Amrit 101 right now, no data is there, correct? So we can also try this. Let me create this record for you, Amrit 101. And name, let's say SAP ABAP, SAP, and price, I will make it 200 USD. So this is some sort of record I want to create. I will go for save. This product has been created in SAP. This is your front-end application running on the browser. Go and check it from Postman. The same thing, our get, call it. What we are getting this time, Amrit 101. Same thing that you have passed, name as SAP ABAP. See this. Same thing will happen when you go to SE37. Where is the SE37? Or BAPI. Right. PPM product get detail. And same thing, we can check it here now. The record would have been created. That's how things works, guys. From front end, whatever you are sending, see this record. Name as SAP ABAP, which we just created it. Yeah. If I'm clicking on delete button, that delete method will be called, and this product has been deleted. Now with the same thing, if I will call here, send, get, I will get this bad request. That there is no product of this one. I have already deleted it. This is the look of your Fiori application. This is the look of your Fiori application. Pagination concept has been implemented here. Only chunk by chunk. Pipe record is loaded at once. Then I'll click on rest pipe will be loaded. I'll click on next pipe will be loaded. Yeah. The details of the product. That's how we can develop a service and we can consume it. Theory is complete different. JavaScript programming language is used there. But for our ABAP point of view, this is the way you will be developing a OData service for performing CRUD operation, whether it is on standard tables or custom tables. If it is standard, follow the BAPIs approach.